What is going on, everybody? It's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock. And if you're here watching Zero, thank you very much. I had a little bit of challenge getting the stream started tonight because I guess with all the election stuff going on, there's a lot going on YouTube right now. So, yeah, Restream didn't want to schedule it. I had to get it scheduled through StreamYards of all places. Like, I don't really want to go through StreamYards because, well, I pay for Restream. It should work, but yeah, I am doing fantastic. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. I had a wonderful weekend at TFCon. I'll be talking about that in depth tonight. And yeah, if you're just like looking for an escape from all the mishigas going on election night, this is the place to do it. We're gonna be hanging out. It's gonna be politics free and just kind of a little bit of escapism because I know a lot of people are on edge. But, you know, I just kind of want to keep those vibes going on from the weekend. And if you're watching me here live on YouTube, do a couple things for me. First and foremost, pop over to that live chat. We've already got a few people in there, and I'll be highlighting your comments throughout the course of tonight's episode. I want you to be part of the conversation. Let me know if you're at TFCon, if I missed you. I want to know if you made it or if, you know, you wanted to make it but couldn't. If there was anything you liked, we'll be talking about all that. We already got Fire Talks hanging out with us. I had a great time with him over the weekend. Awesome dude. Does some awesome 3D print work. I'm going to be sharing some of that because I'm actually going to be doing a TFCon haul tonight. We've got Princeton in here with a hello. We've got the Chuck Jose channel. Good to see you. Good, sir. So, yeah, pop in that live chat because I'll be talking with all of you all throughout the course of the evening. If you also don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Get it as blue as you possibly can. Get it as blue as Optimus Prime's legs. I'm going to steal and tweak that line from my boy Lethal Lightning. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I've got extra content coming out through the week. My boy Lance from Forgotten Path Games, we really wanted to do a stream, but throughout the course of the weekend, we were tired as hell. And also the hotel Wi-Fi sucked. It sucked. So if you caught it, I did a stream of the third-party panel, and I couldn't do it over the hotel Wi-Fi. I had to do it over 5G, and then the Wi-Fi in the room sucked. Like, we couldn't download anything, and we had to turn off Wi-Fi and go over cellular. And I brought my Surface with me. We're going to do that Armada tier list. We plan on doing it. Lance has it set up partially. So we're going to make that happen this week and do some talks about TFCon. I'm also going to be releasing a zeroed-in vlog. I've got about 45 minutes of footage that I'm going to be uploading, and I'm probably just going to do a little bit of a light narration. But I just want to show you all my perspective of things and give you a tour from my perspective of the dealer room and, you know, some of the stuff we were doing, hanging out with friends, having a great time. Just an awesome experience all around. And yeah, Chuck, yeah, the convention, this was probably one of the best TFCons I've ever been to. And it just, I don't know if it was the fact that, you know, I had so many friends there to experience with. Just there was a lot of energy and enthusiasm this year. There were like young fans. A lot of the young fans were like really into G1 as well, which was just insane. It was awesome to see. So I think that this franchise is going to continue on for a good long time. It makes me happy. We got my boy Sandro in here saying, howdy, I finally watched Transformers 1. I have to say, the marketing team should get us banking. They made the movie look way worse than it actually is, just like Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, that whole E1 team that Hasbro had, you know, I was talking to a friend at the con, and he knows some people in Hollywood. And apparently, Hasbro and Paramount outsourced the marketing team. They also did that whole thing where they put the first trailer in space. Like, how much did they waste on doing that? That's just absurd. And Sandro elaborates, just to be clear, like the Transformers 1 movie, looking forward to the sequel. I hope the sequel happens. We've got some potentially good news on that because it's apparently doing really well in digital, which could give it a second life. And the toy sales were actually, like, Transformers toys were like the only thing doing well for Hasbro in 2024. And no worry, Firetax, I saw you on Engineer Hoist stream as well. I figured you were just out there supporting the Con Bros. Good to see you in here. And, hope you're having a good night. I hope you're feeling better, too. I know some people are getting the con crud. Thankfully, even though my boy Lance was hacking and coughing, he said it was allergies. I'm pretty sure it was because I feel fine. And it's crazy because there were tons and tons and tons of people there. I mean, we were butts to nuts in all kinds of crowds. So, I'm grateful that I'm still feeling good. Hey, Super Burger, good to see you over here, man. And we're going to be talking a lot about TFCon. So let's get into haul stuff. I got a lot of cool stuff at the convention. Normally I would start off the episode doing my figure of the week, but in this case, I just got to go over all the cool stuff that I got. First thing I want to shout out is this was a gift from my boy Lance. Now, Lance runs Forgotten Path Games. They're a game store out in Vacaville, California. And he had this. He sees me. He's like, "Hey, I got you a little something," because he stayed with us for a couple nights, and it was just cool to have him in, cool to hang out. And he was going to give this to me on stream, but because we could make that happen, he ended up giving it to me. While we were at the hotel. I hope my green screen doesn't eat this. Yeah, my green screen's eating it. But this is it's not like the Predator in person, but this is a hyper-posable little 3D printed guy that he made for me. Here, let me go in. Let me see if I can turn my green screen off for just a second here. It's going to be a pain in the butt through OBS to do it, but just imagine that this guy isn't the Predator and wasn't getting eaten up on my green screen. But this is really cool. I'll have to put some pictures up on my community tab, just the TFCon haul that I got. Also, I got this. Reveal the Shield Optimus Prime, one of the few Optimus Primes that I never got back in the day. And the price was great on that one, so happy to have that. Happy to have been gifted that. It was really cool. I also we'll go through the smaller stuff first. I got this from Patriot Prime, his official tech specs. So anybody that came up and said hi to Patriot Prime or knew him, and in my case, I know him. I'm part of the Con Bros. So he gave me one of these. I got to figure out focus camera. This camera has been driving me nuts lately. I'm gonna figure out a solution for it. I might get off Razer. We'll see. But yeah, I got his tech spec. Very happy and proud that he gave me one of these. This is a really cool and well done piece that he put together. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to use this as my comic book bookmark. I think that'd be a really cool use for it. Probably get it laminated though, because I don't want to get damaged. So from Fire Talks, I bought one thing from him when we were in the lobby. He had a table set up, and he was selling his Grimlock upgrade kits. And I saw that he had the one for Shattered Glass, and they never came out with a sword for Shattered Glass Grimlock. And when I saw this in person, I was like, damn, that sword looks fantastic. And it also came with the teeth replacement. And his teeth, you don't have to take the head apart to get them in there. They just clip right in. And I was like, yeah, I got to get this. So if you haven't checked out, I'll put a link to his Etsy shop in the description after this video. But check out his stuff, because he does really good, high quality 3D prints. Really happy with that. And he also gave me this. So I've got my command strip here because it's been hanging in my office. But he gave me a Con Bros play button. So now I'm officially part of the Con Bros. I have my own Con Bros play button. I'm a member of the Con Bros, the entertainment of mediocre YouTubers. I love this thing so much. The first thing I did when I got home was hang this up in my office. And let's see, what else do we have going on? Another independent add-on kit that I got was the Metalhead upgrade from Nanuf. And yeah, my green screen is eating this again. But I got the Metalhead head from Nanuf, and this thing was like, I think it was like $8 or $10, and it came with a replacement head. This isn't painted. These are Toy Hacks decals that they did just for this set, and it's even light piped. And it also came with filler pieces for under the arm, which again, my green screen is eating it. And it also came with proper hands, because the hands on Metalhead have 5 fingers. These have 3, and I just haven't installed them yet because I need to get some shock oil in there so I don't shear the pegs off, because they're on mine, they are tight. And lastly, I was looking for a couple upgrade kits. Specifically, I was only able to get one of the ones I was looking for, and I got the Fans Hobby Comic Power Master Prime upgrade kit. And this was something I slept on back in the day because Power Baser, good Lord, camera is driving me nuts. All right, focus. I got to figure out what's going on with this Razer camera. But yeah, I got the kit that's going to convert Power Baser to the comic version of Power Master Prime. So I've got the new head and the new fists. And when I get my Ginrai, my masterpiece Ginrai, I'm not going to get rid of Power Baser. He's going to become my comic book Prime. So he'll be chilling out there with my comic Grimlock, my G-Haxis, my Straxus, Flames Aaron. So that'll be a neat little shelf. Let's see. We did a parts party, and they happen to have this guy for a steal. I think he was like $15. One of the Blockies kits, and this came with a whole mess of stuff. So this is the Rise the Beast Nemesis Prime, and what's cool, if I can get him to do it, his eyes and his chest light up when you wiggle him. So really, really cool stuff here, and really, really posable. This was fun to put together. Really, really cool kit. I like having this guy as a death spot. The only issue is on mine, I got a bum sword. It just was not molded properly. So I contacted Blockies to see if they'd be willing to send me a replacement if possible. If not the end of the world, because I kind of like him with, this configuration with sword and one gun arm. But hey, I also threw it out there. It's like, I got a YouTube channel. I'd love to look at more Blockies. So maybe they'll help a brother out, help me get some content for the channel, because that would be really, really cool. Let's see. Was there anything else there? Let's get through exclusives first. So I did get the Grand Scourge from Fans Hobby, which is their black repaint of Energon Prime, and I do have a Nemesis Prime shelf, so I'm looking forward to getting him up there. And I have him configured a little different. I have like the drill arm going on, and I figured a way to get the pincer arm to hold the sword. So yeah, this thing was really cool. I had the opportunity to talk to Get Right Robot. Jason works with the Chosen Prime, and he said this year, for whatever reason, Fans Hobby kind of dictated what they wanted to do, and that one wasn't his idea. But I still think that color scheme, like when you see it in person, man, it came out so good. Then I also got the MMC Chopper, which is their Rotor, the Masterpiece Scale Rotor. So pretty happy with this guy. When I first got him in the light, the head looked unfinished. It's unpainted plastic. I mean, it looks iffy at certain angles, but the ends justify the means, because they had a complete ruination on display at the convention. So we'll be showing that off in a little bit. And yeah, I think that wraps up my haul for toys. Now, art and autographs. Those were two things I really wanted to get this year, and got a couple really cool art pieces. Now, these didn't come framed. I got these framed myself, but this Godzilla homage with Grimlock, I love this. Let me look up the gentleman's name who did these, and I'm also going to put a link to his page in the description, because he sells really, really good prints, and I loved so much of what he had on display. Let me pull him up real quick because I bookmarked his site. Worst case, I can take the back off if I can't find this bookmark. I'm going to do that real quick because I want to shout this guy out. So I'm going to actually, no, I didn't put it in this one. I put it in the other one that I got. I got this Secret Wars homage, the Cybertronian Wars. And this piece is just so cool. He just, oh man. It is, Rob Reep, ROBREEP. So robreep.com. Check him out. And his prints were super affordable. And they are all 11 by 17s. So they frame perfectly. I got these frames real cheap at Walmart, and they look fantastic. Now, autographs wise, the small one I got, and I have a shadow box coming in from Amazon. When Lance and I went out to dinner on Thursday night, I said, "Have you ever been to Ollie's?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Would you like to go to Ollie's?" And he said, "Yeah, I'd like to go see where toys die." And I went there explicitly to get myself a reissue Pterosaur to get Doug Parker to sign this. So it's hard to see on camera. There is Doug's signature there. And I enjoyed meeting and talking to Doug. And I'm looking forward to getting this shadow box. And this is going to get hung up down in the collection room. And the big one, the one that I wanted the most. So I got this piece done by the legendary Mark Watts. So if you don't know who Mark is, he is the guy who did all of the G1 toy art for Transformers. Because that iconic art, that's all him. So I decided, after Peter Cullen backed out of the con. Now, originally I was going to get my retro card back Duke signed by Michael Bell. But I decided I just wanted to get everything all in one piece. So I got this piece from Mark, and I have a picture with Mark as well. Mark was just, man, Mark was a class act. I can't express enough how much of a pleasure it was getting to meet him. Just such a nice guy. I enjoyed talking art with him, and he really loved what he did for Transformers, and he's really proud of his work. He actually had a little bit of a studio set up down in the back corner of the convention hall area, like the dealer room, and it was just really, really well done. Let me get the picture pulled up here, just because again, Mark is just such a cool guy, and he took a lot of time with his fans. He took a lot of time talking, and I saw him going around the dealer room and looking and talking to the different vendors. He just, I got a sense that he really loved being there, and just enjoyed everything he did. So here we go. I got this pulled up now. Let's pull up my picture with Mark. I'll have all this in the vlog as well. But here we go. Let me share out my screen here. So yeah, there's me and Mark, and you can see there he had just such a cool setup in his booth, showcasing all of his art, all the that classic Transformers art you remember. And you could buy most of these prints, and if you bought a print, he'd get you a photograph and an autograph, and just really, really nice guy. I just can't say enough. I'm gonna remember meeting him for a long time, just because he just really was such a warm and genuine guy. The other celebrity that I met there that I just was really happy to meet is the legendary Michael Bell. So I got Michael's autograph right here. Oh. Right here on Prowl. I decided against getting the retro card back due, because I just wanted to get everybody on one. So I got to meet Michael Friday night, not Saturday. I saw him coming through the lobby, and I couldn't help myself, and I ran up, and I was like, "Mr. Bell, I am such a big fan." I wanted to talk to him about Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, and I was like, I bet you don't get this a lot, but I am such a huge fan of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver games, and he was Raziel in the game, and I just wanted to talked to him about how much I enjoyed his performance, and I also really enjoyed the director's commentary track. They had a director's commentary track, and they also had a voice actor's commentary track on Soul Reaver 2, where it was him watching his daughter play the game. And I thought that was just such a cool thing for him to see his character in action, and she was a gamer, and for him to see the culmination of everything coming together. And I had a really good conversation. He talked about Tony J and Simon Templeman, and it was an awesome conversation. I was like, yeah, I don't want to. It was like close to 10 o'clock at night. I was like, I don't want to hold you up. I know you got stuff to do, and people to see. So, but I had a cool 15-minute conversation with him, and I got to see him the next day. I didn't get a picture with him. I did get a picture of him, and that's just because they weren't doing any professional pictures of him. It was basically you would pay to get a selfie. But, I still really enjoyed getting to see him, meet him, talk to him, and get his autograph. And, he was a really, really cool guy and a class act. So in addition, I also got, it's hard to make out here, but Michael Charles Hill. So Michael Charles Hill was a writer on G1, and he did some fantastic episodes. Bird and Hardest the Bear, which is one of my buddy Rodimus Primal's favorite episodes, and also Ghost in the Machine, which is one of my favorite episodes, as well as The Return of Optimus Prime Part 2. And, he was, I wish I had gotten a picture with him. He was, like Mark, super passionate about the fandom, about what he did, what he wrote. Still had a lot to say about it. For him, he actually cared a lot about Transformers, and that was just such an amazing thing. I wasn't expecting it. It was something he was legitimately passionate about. So I was really happy to have met him and gotten his autograph and gotten to talk to him. Rodimus and we talked to him for 15 minutes. It was great. We had to move along. We wouldn't hold up the line. But the last autograph that I got on there was the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Frank Welker. So not only to get an autograph with Frank, but I also got a photo with him, which I'll share now. Frank was just, man, you want to talk about a class act. Again, another guy who really, again, Frank is one of the highest grossing actors in the world. And he didn't need to be there. He didn't need to interact with him. He could have just, handshake, autograph, see ya. He took time with so many fans. He was genuine. He was warm. He was funny. When I came through, I got my autograph first, then I came back around to get my picture. He remembered everybody that did that. Dude, sharp as a tack. We did his Q&A on Saturday, and I have to say that was easily, hands down, one of the best Q&As that I have ever been to. And just all around, I'm not somebody that's ever starstruck or anything. Again, when it came to Michael Bell, I just went right up and approached him. I was like, oh man, I gotta talk to him. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was somebody I thought I'd never meet, and I'm such a big fan of his work on Soul Reaver. But all in all, between the haul and the autographs and the experience of meeting people, it was top tier. Let me catch up on chat. We'll talk more about TFCon. We'll get into some news. Let's see. We got Deluxe coming back and saying, hey, I got one of those fellas. Yes, Deluxe got his. We went out to dinner on Thursday night, and Lance gifted him a semi-Commanders themed little posable 3D printed bot. And Fire Talk saying that mine looked cool with the green screen effect. I wish I could be more selective like this, but yeah, it did kind of look like the Predator. And saying, glad you like it. Yeah, I absolutely love that placard. Thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to get one, and it's proudly up when you walk in my office. So it's cool to have. And he also said, I wish I would have got one of his big posters. I like Jeff Harvey. You can buy them on his website. And I have to say, the print quality on his prints are next level. They are glossy and and just really, really, really well done. I mean, like they for 40 bucks, right? Normally, you think like that's expensive for print, but 40 bucks autographed with a certificate of authenticity on the back of it, and he threw in a picture. So yeah, definitely worth it. I'm sure if you were to order one, he would probably autograph it as well. Also, I think he's got his when I say these are high quality, yeah, and it's not embossed. It's just his logos on there. But oh yeah, Deluxe also got his Conbros plaque, and he also says best thing was hanging out with all the Conbros. So yeah, that's Hall and autographs and meeting celebrities aside, legitimately the best thing about TFCon is hanging out with people. I hadn't seen Deluxe in person since 2021, the last TFCon Baltimore. And I hadn't seen Patriot Prime or Rodimus Primal. I didn't really know Fire Talks all that well back in 2021. And so it was great. You know, been chatting with all these guys through Facebook Messenger. It was great to get face to face, man. We picked up like, you know, we were all friends hanging out. Really good time. I think, yeah, Lance Park. I hadn't seen him since TFCon Baltimore in 2021. So, you know, it was just really cool getting reunited with everybody and just having a fun weekend. The first thing we did on Thursday was we went out. It was Deluxe. Lance and I, we went out to Fogo de Chão, which is a all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse. We had a fantastic meal there, though they didn't really season the steak. They didn't put a lot of salt on it. I guess I was trying to go kid gloves a little bit, but Deluxe was like, man, they didn't season this shit. But we had this amazing grilled cheese there, and when I say grilled cheese, it was like halloumi cheese. And there's an inside joke. I'm not gonna grief Deluxe about it anymore. But yeah, we had a lot of fun there. And then just, you know, Friday, everybody started coming in. Kato came in. Yeah, again, Kato, I hadn't seen him since 2021. I got to hang out with Engineer Hoist. And it was just such a good time. Got to meet Raziel Kane for the first time in person. He drove all the way down from Canada with a whole entourage, and man, that was just a wonderful experience meeting him. Really warm and genuine guy, and just talking Transformers with all these guys over the course of the weekend, going out, hanging out, having meals together, just having a lot of laughs and fun. It is fun hanging out with these guys when people are running up to them like they're celebrities. Like, you know, I anytime I was trying to hang out with Patriot Prime or Rodimus, people were running up to them asking for autographs. I couldn't believe it. It was fun. T-Man was there. We hung out for a little bit along with Pake for Life and TM Reviews. Also ran into Junkie on Crafts and Builds on Saturday. This convention was non-stop, just running around, seeing everybody, trying to find stuff in the dealer room. The dealer room was packed tight because the artist alley was in there. And there were just, again, I want to know what the turnout was for this convention, because, I mean, when they first let us in the dealer room, it was really hard to get around and see everything. And, you know, we were looking for certain things, looking for things for other people. I had hoped out G Tony get an exclusive he was looking for, and I got that shipped out to him. Funny story behind that one. It ended up being the one. So basically, since I knew Pake sold me mine, so Eddie from Toy Dojo would replenish his. But I hooked up G Tony with one. But yeah, like a lot of the things that people were looking for, you didn't initially see. I know Mike was looking for an Astrobot, and I actually have that hanging out here. When we first got to the convention, you couldn't find these anywhere, and then as stock started depleting, they ended up showing up. So I got to sync up with Mike sometime soon and get him that. I feel like I've always got something. I've always got something I got to give to Mike anymore. I unloaded his signed Transformers #1, the Batmobile I had for him, his SDCC G.I. Joe exclusive Stardust, and now I've got another thing in reserve for him. So, Mike, if you're watching, it is here safe in my office. But yeah, just just there was so much. I felt like there was so much to see, and just the inventory kept changing, the vendors kept changing, and you know, it definitely had a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, and it was just such a good time hanging with everybody. Going out to dinner with everybody was a blast too. Especially, we went to Pickles Pub, and their whole system now for paying was amazing, because you basically just scan a QR code on the table. You don't need to split checks or go through that headache. So, just it was really good time there. T says he missed out on Sunday. He said, "Yeah, I got lazy Sunday, didn't even show up." Sunday was a good day to walk around. When it actually started to thin out, it felt like TFCons of the past. I was like, this is kind of surreal, because it feels like TFCons of the past. But yeah, it was a lot of people, and I can't wait to get that vlog put up and edited so you can just see the sea of people that were there. And again, it's miraculous that I am not sick, because normally you get the con crud. So let's get into some news and some discussion stuff, and we'll go through the third-party panel. First thing to talk about is going to be Transformers 1. So let's get over to Variety, of all places. Actually, no, this isn't Variety. This is actually a different site, Brands Untapped. So let me minimize myself here. And there we go. Sorry about that. I actually told my wife, like, Christmas idea, just give me the year of StreamYard, maybe. Restream is just not doing it for me. But this comes from Brands Untapped, not Variety. Oliver Dumont, the president of Hasbro Entertainment, on storytelling filmmaker collaborations and Transformers 1. The long and short of this is that he comes in to say that there are going to be possible future projects involving Josh Cooley, who directed Transformers 1. He says, "I know it's early days, but I'm sorry." He was asked, "I know it's early days, but do you foresee future installments of this iteration of big screen Transformers Adventures?" And Oliver came out to say, "I agree, it's early days, but never too soon to think about what's possible. In fact, coming off of Transformers 1, we have been exploring future projects with the film's director, Josh Cooley. The Transformers franchise has such a rich history and passionate fandom, so there are many facets that have yet to be explored in entertainment. The movie did underperform at the box office, but it's doing well on digital. Happened to catch up with a buddy at the convention who has some friends in Hollywood, and told me that it's doing exceedingly well on digital. Haven't seen it yet. Maybe consider giving it a chance, because it was, as Sandra said, surprising. The marketing team did such a piss poor job, but when you see the movie, I think you're really going to be surprised by how much you enjoy it." T comes in to say, "Celebrity situation you're mentioning, it was way more than last time I went. Thank you to everyone that came up and spoke." Yeah, you were getting people coming up to you too. But yeah, like with Rodimus and Patriot, man, like we couldn't turn a corner. Deluxe got recognized a bit. I think Fire Talks got recognized once. Nobody knew me. I was okay with that, because I was so busy like showing Lance around, and I was like, yeah, I don't need that celebrity. I don't need people recognizing me. So let's get into something official. Normally, I don't really care about Funko Pops, but this one's kind of interesting. So this is a Soundwave. These are Biddy bots, and they're interesting because they're like Transformers with little robots that pilot a mecha, and I kind of think this looks neat. I'm not sure how many of these they're going to do. It's surprising to see Rumble or Frenzy piloting Soundwave, but yeah. Something different, something unique. We'll see what they do with these. If they do an Optimus Prime, I might be somewhat interested. If they did a Ginrai, I'd probably be interested. Blockies. So Blockies is the hot new thing. I have one. I think I want that big Optimus Prime as a despot. When I say big, I don't think it's any bigger than this guy, but it's bigger than the $5 ones. But yeah, they're the hot new thing, and they're doing their Star Edition. So these are 5.5 centimeter tall chibi style figures that have 14 articulation points. They're going to be blind bagged, and so far all we get is the Optimus and Megatron reveal. But these are going to be tiny little guys with ball joints, probably snapped together like a little miniature Yolo Park with light up eyes. And I think they look pretty cool. Don't be fooled. They don't transform. They are just going to have, in the blind bags, you'll get the opportunity to build an alt mode one. And the alt modes actually are designed in a way for other blockies to ride on them, which is pretty cool. So for cheap little transformers, I think these things are kind of neat. Again, I don't want to go down that route of collecting them because, like, I don't know. I don't have any place to put them. My desk is filling up, but cool thing. And I like the fact that they don't break the bank. Oh, that's my picture of Mark Watts, which you already saw. But here's something that wasn't part of the third-party panel, and I know my boy Deluxe is probably interested in this. And it's Block E's, according to most of the reviewers. Like, I go by that toy guy, since I think he was the first guy that I watched review them. So this was shared on the Weibo account for Dr. Wu, and this is their Iron Fortress, was a super deformed Metroplex. It's designed to go along with their Triptychon, and I think they also did a Fort Max. How tall is this guy again? Do they have a I don't think that they have a size here, but this is a cool looking little chibi Fort Max with a bunch of articulation, and he's, judging by those mushroom pegs, it looks like he's going to be on the smaller side. Dr. Wu stuff typically is on the smaller side. And there he is with their Triptychon. And yeah, he does transform both into the vehicle, and I believe he does have a city mode as well. So no price and no height on him, but I'm sure he's going to be a despot. Oh, and he also does the 5-2 Toys cube thingy, which is pretty cool. I'm sure my buddy Matt, aka Partsformer, will be sold on that. And he also comes with a scamper, and he comes with a oh Lord, why am I blanking on his name? Slammer, Scamper, Slammer, and 6 gun. That's pretty cool. And of course, they're doing the different repaints because why not? You got to maximize those. And Deluxe confirming pre-ordered. And Firetalk says he pre-ordered this one months ago. The Triptychon is so cool. I hadn't seen this one yet. These are definitely, that looks better from that angle in city mode. And that's also pretty cool how the minions store in there. So very, very cool stuff coming from Dr. Wu. Or as Deluxe would say, Dr. Woo Woo Woo. I know Botbender Orange has picked that up as well. So Deluxe is saying they're separate. Well, that's a bummer. And he said he pre-ordered them a year ago. Wow. I legitimately had not seen these before, but awesome stuff. Before we get into the third-party panel slides, we're going to go through what was on the show floor, particularly what was on the Toy Dojo Ages 3 and Up's table. We get a look at the MMC Groove, which looked damn near ready to go. I did talk to Pig for Life about this, and he said this is shipping this year. So we will be able to get at least a standing Defensor if you're planning on combining them. And this guy just looked really nice all around. That hotspot is legitimately probably my third-party figure of the year. And just the set's shaping up really nice. Then we get a look at their new Stray. And got a lot of back shots here. Let's skip through here. Let's get to the front shots. Okay. Skipping ahead. But there. So this is the Infinity line, if I remember correctly. And when we had King on Figure Action all the way back in 2018, he broke the news on this, and it just kind of never came to light. A G1 styled drift. And now we finally have it. This thing should be coming out this year. And it just, in person, it looked absolutely awesome. Using those same style hands they use on their Optus Pexus. And this guy just, to quote Deluxe, get in my collection. I want this guy so much. They did a fantastic job. I think I'll probably be putting that alternate head on him because I just really, really liked it. So this is the MMC Blades. And, oh, there's a face sculpt for Groove. But, yeah, the Blades looked really good in hand. According to Paik, this is going to be out in early 2025. I think they're going to get this out before Chinese New Year, from what he had told me. So Defensor should have a complete set of the Protectobots by early 2025. So Ventus and Incursus should be. Is it Incurtus or Incertus? Insert, that sounds nasty. Not gonna lie. Then they had a complete Defensor on display, and this guy just in person looked so cool. That was the last TFCon exclusive. He was Toronto, their version of Roll Bar, and there is the complete Ruination. So from what I understand, the next 3 TFCons, we're gonna get the rest of the Ruination set. So I think he was a Saltus. But yeah, in person, this set just looked so cool. I'm really curious to see what kind of changes they make to make these more RID TF2000 accurate. But yeah, these just look so good on display. Did they also have pictures of? Yeah, so they also had their Bone Crusher on display as well as a Devastator. And this guy looked really, really good. This is just a resin prototype, but it looks like they're coming along. And if you're not liking what you're seeing with the Studio Series one, I think that the MMC Devi is going to be your good alternative. All these treads actually move. They're functional plastic treads. You're going to adhere to the resin, but that thing just looked so good. Then we get the Stormbringer Megatron looking fantastic. This is a heavy retool of the Optus Pexus. A little bit of a concern with this backpack. I talked to Paik about it, and I asked if it comes off, and he said he didn't know, and he hadn't tried. But I will say it does look really, really good, and I do want that for my Megatron shelf. I wish these pictures were in a little bit better order. Not seeing the Devi in any of these pics, but I do have a picture that I personally took. So let's open this in a new tab here. And let's zoom in. So can I zoom in? Let's try this way. There we go. Zoom in there. And yeah, there is the complete Destructor. And this is an all built-in combiner. There's going to be no parts forming with this. So I'm curious what is going to suffer. I'm sure the upper arms are going to be fine. I'm sure Scrapper's going to be fine. I'm curious how Mixmaster's going to come along, and really curious how Hook and Long Haul are going to come along. But in person, this is just such a cool piece. And hey, there's Eddie from Toy Dojo, really cool dude. And Superburger saying the designer saying that the backpack on Megatrans mistransformed. I wouldn't be surprised. And again, no fault of the guys at Toy Dojo. They kind of get shipped this stuff out from PSX, and they're told to display it. Paik had to figure out Ventus, the blades. Like, he had no instructions, so he had to figure out getting it into limb mode. It is not a retool of Vortex. I can confirm that. It is its own mold. So Paik told me he had to figure it out. Also, with it being a pre-production prototype sample, he had to wear kid gloves. So hard to fault any mistransformations. when they don't have any instructions. And having known Pake for a while, I think he said this many times. There are a lot of times he gets pre-production pieces and he gets no info and he has to figure it out. And also it's a bit nerve-wracking on his end because he doesn't want to break anything. Let's get into, the dealer room photos. So I recorded a lot of this in the vlog, and there was a bunch of new stuff on display. Primarily the New Age Romulus, and of course the new component for Vinikizer. So you have I forget what his name is, the green dude. The alternative piece for Leo Kaiser there. This set looks really good. I don't collect Legends. I'd love to see somebody do an upscaled Leo Kaiser. Of course. Oh, there's the pictures of Devastator. Yeah, Eddie does need to update his profile picture on social. I love the fact that the hook there compresses. Death Cobra, thank you, Deluxe. And he says New Age Chug Megatron was telling me that he wanted me to review him at the show, but wouldn't let me. You need to flex that. Do you know who I am? A little bit more. But yeah, this guy looks like he's gonna have no issues standing at the very least. And again, that assault's good. PF Source had their Seekers, Violet Hour. Surprisingly, people were excited about these. But getting back to the display booth here. And of course, yeah, they had previous ones here. You're never going to have an issue getting a Seeker. But there is Romulus. They had Romulus on this turntable initially. They took him off, I think, probably because the booths were getting crowded and people were having a hard time. And I'm sure this thing was probably rattling when people were putting their hands on the case. Yeah, there's more stuff in the dealer room. That was the TF Source table, Icon 3D Labs. Again, I have a lot of this stuff in the vlog. Those people are local to Maryland. Very, very nice. I need to talk to them about doing an interview with them because I'd love to get them on and talk their 3D prints. This Matrix of Leadership tree topper, I wanted that, but man, that was way out of my price range. I'll happily stick with my Mario one. There we go. There's a good picture of Ramos. This guy looked great in person, but I could see from looking at him that he is not going to scale with the 86 Commander Prime, unfortunately. He's a great chug scale figure, but yeah, he's just a little small. So I'm curious whether they're going to upscale him a little bit or if a fourth party offering is going to come along that makes him the right size. Because I'm a little worried about that 86 Megatron being a tank. Just a lot of these people doing. I don't know if this was non-F or not, but this 3D printed cannon for Starscream and this Megatron cannon for Brawl. Just really cool stuff. I think it was actually an adapter for him to hold it. It's the vendors, man, this year. They had so much cool stuff. Let's scroll down. You can see the back of Romulus there. Everything cleans up super nice. And let's see. I'm trying to find. They had a... trying to get to the Skybound Optimus they had on display. Again, these pictures, I know everybody was rushing home to get everything up. I should have had my own pictures ready. Fans Hobby had their Wing Saber prototype on display with their Energy Commander. This thing looks cool. I cannot wait to add it to my Energy Commander. I'm curious, though, why they have a proto head on there, whether he's going to come with a new head for Energy Commander. It looks to be the same one. Not really sure, but this thing looks sick combined up. They had the Skyboom Shield and Requiem Blaster there, as well as the Star Saber, which is already out. Skyboom Shield looked cool. I was surprised that it wasn't for sale at the convention, but Deluxe saying, I bet they make another Prime in this. I see. I don't think that a Prime would sell in that scale because I think a lot of people just already have the Earthrise Prime, and it's kind of good enough for a lot of people. Let's see. course, Fans Hobby also had their Tsunami, which is their tidal wave. I'm surprised this wasn't for sale at the show because it looked absolutely awesome in person. Can't wait to add that to my Armada Masterpiece collection. And then, of course, we get Grand Main. Everybody gets excited about this, but I'm like, we've been seeing it since 2017. Make toys. Stop doing Seekers. For the love of God, just get this out. You will actually get people wanting your stuff. And yeah, the mini cons are big, but actually having gone back. So Lance bought a mess of mini cons while we were at the convention, and the Fans Hobby ones surprisingly aren't that big. I think we're thinking mini cons were smaller than they were because the Micromasters that came out for Siege were what we thought mini cons were, but they're actually a little smaller. I mean, Grand Main does look good, but Make Toys, get it out. Otherwise, Fans Toys is going to eat your lunch. Everybody wants this highbrow. Everyone wants Autobot Headmasters. You've had Hardhead and Chrome Dome out for so long. And I'd prefer to get Make Toys over Fans Toys for Headmasters. They're going to be infinitely more fun and durable. I'm not sure who did this set, the Commander chairs for Legend scale. I'm not sure if it was Icon 3D Labs or not. But that was in the display case as well. And here we go. This is the Hengokin Forever Leader, and this thing looked awesome. This is a transforming Skybound Optimus Prime with the Megatron arm, and it just looked great. So I want to see more of this. I want to see how that shapes up. This is an interesting scale too, because it's not quite Chug and not quite Legends. It's like somewhere in between. So it's a smaller Prime. It probably could fit in with Chug, but it just looked awesome. And the fact that it can transform into truck mode with the cannon arm as a smokestack, like it does in the con, man, that is just so cool. So, and it's also cool to see a company make something that nobody else is attempting. And then again, for the truck mode, especially the bed of the truck, to combine to form such a clean bed of the truck, just awesome stuff. And that head sculpt was damn near perfect in my opinion. So really cool to see. And yeah, Deluxe is right. Really was surprised it wasn't on the third-party panel. And Superburger, yeah, highbrow could be like Abaddon, because I think X-Transbots announced Abaddon back in 2016, 2017, and now we have Sovereign 2.0 coming out. Like, really? And it was also funny too to see the KFC Ginrai on display at the Chosen Prime booth with the cardboard insert. Like, are they ever going to finish that? So let's get into the third-party panel because there is a lot to cover, and I'm going to try and get through it, not going over too much. But we'll start off from the top. And this is a new company, not sure who they are, but this is called Defense. And this looks to be, I'm not sure if it's Masterpiece scale or Chug scale. I'm not sure if they're going to go for that Planet X scale. I'm hoping they do Chug because I kind of want to sell off my Planet X gamer stuff and just go with the Hasbro offerings because I just think that for the most part they're better and they fit on a shelf better. And this is their take on a Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, and this thing just looks absolutely great. The dinosaur mode looks awesome. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything to articulate the tail, but to be honest, I don't really care because that was a cool thing on Planet X, but it also greatly hindered the transformation and clearance. So this is Legends. That's unfortunate. I was hoping it was going to be bigger. I was hoping they were going to try and do something to fit in with War for Cybertron, but the fact of the matter, they hid the dino head away in that back. Really, really cool stuff. Mechanical Skull Studio, I've been seeing people report these are, Masterpiece scale. They're not. They're a scale in between Legends and Chug. I know T has reviewed the Starscream, And I think most people like their stuff. Just they're not going to fit in with an MP collection, and they're not going to fit in with Chug. Okay, so that defense is 14 centimeters. So yeah, he's going to be about 5.5 inches. So he's going to be definitely going to fit in with Legends. They showed off a Demolisher, which looks awesome. But again, it's not a scale that I would collect. But that sculpt looks awesome. It looks like all the articulations there. And he does the attack mode. And there he is with their Starscream mold. And they're also doing a ramjet as well. And these things do come with mini-cons. And then, of course, they're doing Starscream with, boy, I forget the name of the girl from Armada. So we're getting a human figure there. And I guess she's going to be really, really tiny. Probably Diaclone Pilot tiny. New Age had their panel. Again, showing off Romulus. I think we've seen a lot of these pictures before. As well as the toy version. It also looks awesome. And then their oddball. So they're finally doing a Warpath and semi-metallic finish. He looked really good. You know, Legends collectors were super excited. I'm sitting near Deluxe, and everybody got really excited for this blast effect coming with them. So, also they're doing a Gears Bomber. He looks good. Opening chest and everything. As well as a Swerve Beaufort. Also looks pretty good. There's some pictures there. I guess they're trying to do Decepticon and King Arthur's Castle. Or King Arthur's Court. Group shot. And we get Icon 3D Labs. I don't know why they had this panel here, because I feel like we've seen this stuff. I guess probably because they're doing the Legend Scale Throne. But you know, they had all their stuff. They had an awesome panel. See all their work. They do really good prints. Arc Command Center. And this charging station was really cool. It had LEDs in it. They just do phenomenal work, and there's a lot of passion that you know goes into their prints. Superburger asks, am I getting that New Age Dark of the Moon Megatron? Yes, I am. I am planning on getting dual, and then I will have completed all of my movie Megatrons and Masterpiece scale. And, of course, they have their Arc Nemesis display rises. Again, all this stuff just looked really cool. If you want to build a good display base for your Legends, they got you covered. I know Deluxe picked up a big set from them, and they should be sending them more stuff. Hopefully, they'll be sending them more stuff. Actually, if I could get them on, I'd love to have Deluxe on. Maybe we can do a co-stream for that. Get Iron Factory as well. And I keep forgetting the name of the Death Cobra there again. Completing the set. Even comes with a little Cobra, which is cool. A lot of people are excited for him. And there he is in the combined mode as an alternate arm for Leo Kaiser. Really cool stuff. And I think this was their World of Warcraft inspired one. I forget who that's supposed to be. A lot of people are saying Fallen. It's not the Fallen. But still looking cool. Then we get into TFC. So TFC is finishing out their Abominus, their Satan, Icaro. And this thing, you know, for people that want it, I'm excited for them. I'm just, you know, that really heavily stylized Chug. I think it's a little too late, though, for people that want to finish out that Abominus set, you know, that Satan set. They finally will get the opportunity. I just hope that they're I'm curious how many people have sold off their set. So it'll be interesting to see how this does. But it does look pretty decent combined. But just the question is anybody really interested in heavily stylized Chug right now? Craftsman Toys, which is a new one. They are, I think this is the Legend scale. So this is the Legend scale. And did they show off a bunch of these or not? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, steel drill figure looking pretty good. And then they also had motor. So yeah, for Legends collectors, I think they're eating pretty good. I would like to see, more people tackle Computron rather than redoing all the ones that have been done before. But, he's looking pretty good as a set. Now, the one issue here, too, is it with this one or is it the other one? I'm trying to think. And, of course, we also get their scatter shot there. Razor, looking pretty good. This is a little bit on the more stylized end, but it looked good. And we get collection space. And I've looked at this before, Star Queen, which I think is pretty clever. She is a little bit of a shell former, with her backpack. But if they make a slipstream out of this, I will gladly add a slipstream to my MP collection. You also probably get a wind blade out of this. And I'm surprised, too, coming out the gate, they just have the one. You'd think they'd want to get their repaints. I know this one's going to sell. These fembots typically do, especially ones that are curvy. A big market for those. I love the fact that it comes with that base. We can actually store all of the components. So, make toys. Violet Hour. Nobody cares about these. Well, I shouldn't say nobody cares, but the bulk of fans don't really care about the Seeker recolors. Iron Trans, showing off. And again, their Star Saber is a really good figure. If you slept on it, I recommend picking it up. It's a big figure. It can be found really cheap, and it's just way better than the official Masterpiece. Highly recommend it. But their Victory Leo is just looking so good. Again, just renders. But yeah, I'm looking forward to combining that. It also comes with an alternate chest, which is stylized, but I think it looks really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing pictures of this thing all finished up. Bingo Toys surprised everyone. This is the Masterpiece Computron Galileo. So they showed it off, and first up, Afterburner, looking pretty good. Then we get their scatter shot. Or is that I can't remember. Is that scatter shot or strafe? No, that's strafe. That's their Einstein is their scatter shot. The scatter shot looks like he's got like a stumpy nose cone. The whole time we were sitting there, Firetox like, does he do the thing? Does he do the thing? So I think Firetox either had or bought a G1, and he was giving him his wiener mode, which was funny. So we get a look at those three. So it's cool to see Bingo Toys tackling a combiner team and Masterpiece scale that nobody else is doing. And I think they look pretty good as a set. So curious to see if they're going to come out with, if they're going to reveal the others soon. Are they going to show off Nose Cone? Are they going to show off Afterburner? What are we going to get? Magic Square, they're showing off. This is already out. Their Brawl. And, of course, their Spock, which is their Shockwave. He should be dropping soon. This is the Legend scale one, but it's designed to fit in the hand of the Masterpiece one. It's got a remolded handle. So I plan on getting that as an accessory to go with mine. And then their Swindle, which is shipping soon. I know Toy Dojo just got theirs in, so anybody looking for him should be able to get him relatively soon. And I've already said he looks nigh on perfect. And there they are as legs. And again, these sets come in about $100, and they include the combiner parts. Really good deal. They're made very well. They look every bit as good as what Takara Tomy would put out, and they clean up super nice. O1 Studio had some interesting stuff. Their Catastrophe, their heavily stylized Devastator coming along. That's their Scrapper. And I know some people are excited for this. Not everybody's, not everybody's into the Hypertune. Though I know, again, I talked about that Satan set, but that's Chugska. I think people are liking the stylized Masterpiece a lot. I know the Dreamstar stuff and Kang stuff has taken off, and I think this is kind of in keeping. There's their Tremor, which is long haul, showing off the articulation. there you go. Kind of showing you how he's going to come along in his robot mode. No height on it. But yeah. I mean, we were making some jokes about him having some stilettos there. Of course, he's using 2 scrappers as legs, but I like that they have that connector piece in there. I think that's really smart. And hopefully it's well balanced. And let's see here. And yeah, Super Burger saying, I hope they upscale their Shockwave. I think they will. I think that's going to be Magic Square's new thing. Also showing off their hook, which is called Desolator. And their Mixmaster Disastrous, as well as Scrapper, Quarry, Bone Crusher. So yeah. Then they're also doing the Cyberverse Volcanicus in a masterpiece scale, which kind of came out of nowhere. So first up, we get their Erebus, which is their tape on Swoop. And I don't know how well these are going to do. And I don't know. Some people are excited about them, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Their Snarl Clued. Again, these are all just renders. Sludge. Slag. And then this one's pretty exciting, BoardCon. So we're finally getting a masterpiece, and this is supposed to be a big boy. It's supposed to be as tall as the Unicron. We're getting a masterpiece scale broadside. And for bot mode alone, I'm getting him. It cleans up super well. He doesn't look super complicated. This is a company that typically comes in affordable. The weapons look great. The aircraft carrier mode looks fantastic. I'm sure Toy Hacks is going to have a field day. I'm sure there's something my boy Patriot Prime's going to get, and he's going to stick her up. And before I forget, when I was going through Constructicons, I accidentally called Scavenger Scrapper. I don't know why. I'm having like such brain fog tonight. So as good as the robot mode and the aircraft carrier mode look, and you can kind of hear the reaction if you look at my live stream from the third-party panel. There's always one mode with the Triple Changer that's less than successful, and that is his jet mode. Good Lord. The stubbiest jet mode. I guess it's kind of in keeping with what was in G1. The G1, especially with the toy, it was not the most. I guess actually with the toy for G, yeah, this is very in keeping with the toy for G1. It's not bad in that regard, but yeah, there he is with a soda can. So we were stacked like 3 soda cans, and I have a water can here. It's gonna be like that. So probably about the same size as their seed and cell. 345 millimeters. So let's see how many inches tall. So he's going to be like 13 and a half inches tall. So he's going to be a decent MP scale. And then they also have their Fortress, which is a proper Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron Metroplex. And, like the one we got for Thrilling 30 was kind of a hybrid between Fall and G1. But this is a proper. So Planet X seems to have given up on the Gamerverse stuff. Hasbro's going strong with it. If you want a big Metroplex in that collection, they're giving you the opportunity, especially since Planet X put out the Triptychon all those years back. And this guy should scale properly. There is seed for reference. This thing is going to be, I think, a big success. And it's cool to see a company doing stuff that nobody else is doing. I'm talking to you, X-Transbots and Fans Toys, stepping on each other's feet, doing stuff that Takara Tomi's already done, doing stuff you've already done. Come on. This is what third party's all about, filling in those gaps and giving us the figures that we wouldn't get conventionally. Then we get into X-Trans bots. Not too much. They showed just a 360 for Misfire. We've already seen and looked at Misfire. I was hoping to see colored pictures, but that's all they had. Fantastic Model. They are an offshoot of Fans Toys, and typically Fans Toys is doing something Takara Tomi's already done. They put it under another name. And this is their dock, which looks good. I like the fact he's got red crosses on there. He cleans up really nice. I think he does look better than the Takara Tomy ratchet, but I'm not replacing mine. And there he is in vehicle mode, which again looks nice. Opening doors. I like the way they tinted up the windows blue. He looks nice and expressive, and he cleans up nice. His silhouette looks great, but and accessories are all very, very well done. So if you're not happy with the Takara Tomy one, I can see him working out for you. But for me, I will admit he looks great, but it's going to be a pass for me. And we get their Warhorse, which of course is Ironhide. And I love this blast effect that he comes with. That thing looks awesome. He has a G1 toy mode. We're still trying to figure this out. T-Man was talking about this. He can't figure out, is this actually integrated into the transformation, or is it just a thing that it can do? It's not really clear how these sleds are going to function yet. But yeah, vehicle mode looks nice. Opening doors looks kind of nice. Still, for me, I'm perfectly fine with the Takara Tomy one, and not having the need to rebuy something that I already have. But yeah, and I will say, like Ratchet, he does look very good. Then, of course, the proper Fans Toys, we get a look at their Mixmaster, which looks good. I will get this. I'm getting these all for their bot modes. No inkling on when he's going to come out. I wish they would have shown him from the back, because I'm really curious what they did with the cement barrel. But yeah, actually, that is not Mixmaster, is it? I was thinking it was Mixmaster, but I think that is Mixmaster. That's not. I'm judging by the foot and the head. That is not Mixmaster. I'm like, again, pardon my brain fog this evening. That is totally Hook. That is totally Hook. There we go. And I like the fact that he's actually got a functional hook in the vehicle mode. And of course, there is the combined upper torso. There we go. This is the one that was really baffling. This is Sovereign 2.0. It's a minor revision of Sovereign. I don't know why they couldn't have handled some of this through an upgrade kit. He just looks like he's a bit curvier. But again, another one where I think Sovereign 1 is just fine. I don't understand the need for this one, especially when there's so many other figures and characters that they could tackle and do. I think the vehicle or the cannon mode maybe be a little bit more accurate, but again, like I think this is wholly unnecessary. So, maybe the backpack's a little tighter, but yeah, I don't think this is enough. And I know, like with Fans Toys prices, yeah. Stunning Brave Megatron coming in saying 1.0 is fine the way he is. Yeah, and I also have that Metallic Fleck movie color one I'm quite fond of. It's cool that you get all these head options, but again, I feel like a lot of this could have just been done as an upgrade kit for the existing Sovereign. Maybe it's completely different engineering, but yeah, not impressed. Fans Hobby coming out. Again, this is Obsidian Commander, who is available at the show. Again, after seeing him in person, I was impressed, and I picked one up. I was one of the VIPs. I had the VIP membership, or not VIP admission, so we got to get first pick of exclusives. When I saw him there, I was like, yeah, I got to get him. So, Looks great. The gold in person actually pops, and the colors are pretty vibrant. So again, Get Right Robot did a really good job on this one, getting it colored up and stickered up as well. And yeah, there he is with his little drones. If you want to have that sort of display going on in vehicle mode, and it's still modular. I think you're right, Deluxe. I think they might have gotten wind that X-Trans bots might be moving along, and oh yeah, we'll do one that's more tune accurate. You're probably right. And yeah, Fans Hobby just never disappoints. I just love this company to death. And of course, showing off stuff we saw there. Their Requiem Blaster and Skyboom Shield. You get, at least for the Requiem Blaster, you get the Viacon robot modes. I've got Viacon, Minicon robot modes. Showing them being held by Megatron. I wish they had them on display that way at the convention. Painted up version of their Wing Saber, which again, that prototype looked awesome. How he combines up with Energy Commander, just looking absolutely great, and he does both combinations. We've seen that before. MMC, again, this was the other exclusive that got revealed late. Their Altio Senator G Tony wanted this. I got one for him. Just wasn't for me. I think the sentiment was most people were wishing that they had just done a different tape, had done like a ram horn, or done a proper Rat Bat. I thought, like, during the convention, I was like, man, they should have just done a Beast Wars Ravage, done those guns up in silver, given him a Jaguar head, called it a day. He would have fit in perfect with a lot of the Kingdom stuff. Maybe they could have found a way to give him a tail. But Senator Rat Bat didn't make much sense. I know a lot of people, there were people that wanted him, but most people would rather have had a Rat Bat proper or the next blaster tape. I did watch Deluxe's review earlier. It seems like this one's also suffering from a little bit of mold degradation, because he had some loose bits, like the foot didn't tab in properly. Another thing they could have done too is they could have given him the other Rat Bat, the other comic Rat Bat head. Because they give him like two heads that don't really look too different. Like one's like a gritting teeth face, and the other one is like a neutral expression. They could have given him like that comic battle mask that he had, just to differentiate him a little bit. Because I know I have the MMC Senator Rat Bat that they did, for the reformatted line. And of course, we get the Perfection series. Their Insertus, which we saw, looks great. Chops, which was the other exclusive I picked up, looks great. Their Bone Crusher color render, and of course the Destructor, which again we saw. The Infinity line, Stray, again, and that's the end of the panel. So yeah, good stuff. And Deluxe saying, yeah, it was a throwaway exclusive to me. I think that was the general sentiment with that one. And Stunning and Brave come back saying, fans should have announced a Defensor just to max with X-Trans spots. I honestly, I would like to see somebody else do a Defensor. I'd like X-Trans spots to finish theirs. It's a bit concerning that we still haven't seen their other components, like outside of renders. So let's see, they've put out Groove and Streetwise so far. They have shown that their version of Blades is kind of sort of ready to go. But where's their First Aid and where's their Hotspot? Like, I mean, Hotspot's been in renders. What are they doing with it? So, yeah. Otherwise, I agree with Deluxe. It was a good panel. It was, moved along pretty brisk. It was cool to see new stuff from newer companies, which, is always appreciated, even if it's stuff I'm not going to get. But I think for me, the highlights probably were from Studio Cell, like that broadside. Even though the plane mode is dinky, I can't wait to get that. Looking forward to seeing what Bingo Toys does. I'm glad to see Bingo Toys is doing all kinds of stuff. Like they started out doing a 3/0 scaled Shockwave to fit in with the Bumblebee movie stuff. Then they did that kind of MP scaled Windblade. Now they're doing. Now they're doing a Computron. So cool to see that. Cool to see TFC trying to come back. I'd like to see TFC do something new. Collector Space and the Fembot Starscream was really cool. Also too, again, even though that Volcanicus isn't for me, again, it's something different that nobody else is doing. There's probably going to be a market for it. So all around, I think it was a good panel. I again just wish X Transbots and MMC had more to show. So yeah. Oh, and hey, Ultra Megatronus popping in. It was good to meet you. Thanks for checking out the third-party panel on my channel. So glad that came in handy for you. And it was cool seeing you around. And thank you for subscribing, by the way. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for tonight's episode. Sorry for my brain fog. This has been a little bit of a long day and a lot to go through. But so we're gonna have some cool stuff coming up on the channel. I've got about 45 minutes of footage from TFCon that I'm working on splicing together, and I'm going to overdub. So I'm going to do a bit of a vlog on the channel. And breaking news: Superburger coming in saying they just posted a render of the combined Volcanicus on the boards. Let's check that out. Let me go over to the TFW boards before we wrap it up. So yeah, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully today I've earned your subscription, and ring that notification bell if you do subscribe, because I'm going to be coming out with a lot of content this week. We're going to have Lance on the channel. We're going to be doing, I think he wants to do a couple things. I know he wants to do, kind of a talk about his travel to the Baltimore area, and just kind of his thoughts in general on TFCon. We're going to do that our Armada ranking. So we're ranking the Armada toys, and man, it was always great meeting people in the community. I can't say enough good about all the people that I got to meet this past weekend, man. You, Raz, oh man, I'm forgetting. Is it Commander Kyle from Toy Spotlight? I've been watching his stuff for a good minute, and just a really, really good time. Really great group of people. I really hope we can get everybody back together in the near future, because it was just so cool having everybody all around, man. And Bolt Matrix too. Bolt's a great dude. Enjoyed getting to hang out with him. Forgot to shout him out earlier, but he and I have been friends for quite some time. He's a local. I gotta get the local meetups back off the ground. I gotta get those scheduled, because we always enjoy doing those. Now that the world's pretty much back to normal, it'd be cool to start doing those on the regular again. I was talking to Paik about it, because they do the Virginia meetups, and we're also talking about doing kind of like maybe like a meet in the middle to get the Virginia and the Maryland people to intersect. So hopefully Fire Talks might be able to make one of those. So that'd be cool to get some local stuff up and going again. Let's see. Looking here for. I'm looking on the boards, but I'm having trouble finding it. But let's see. Is that it? No. Finding the Kang one. Concept art. So I found the concept art. Let me go ahead and share that out. If it'll share. Let's see. For like a Cyberverse Volcanicus. I also, I'm not a big Volcanicus guy, but still, again, cool that something different's being done. And yeah, I know I'm looking forward to living vicariously through the reviews. And yeah, this definitely is an awesome community, and I'm glad you had a great time in Baltimore. Baltimore's not the greatest city on earth, but you get, they did have it in a really good part of Baltimore, and just enjoy it. I say a really great part of Baltimore because it's easy to get in, it's easy to get out of that Hilton. So I hope that they do TFCon there again. I'm also hoping for the Reston one to return. Deluxe and I were both talking about that, because in Reston it's like a little small little hotel town square center. I don't know what you'd call it, but lot of stuff to do in that Reston area. So I think Baltimore and Reston have been great successes. So I hope that after Chicago, they come to their senses and start prioritizing those two TFCons for the East Coast. Anyway, hope you enjoyed what I covered tonight. Again, sorry for my brain fog, but had a lot to go through and cover. Not a lot of time, and I've just been riding the high of TFCon. Had an awesome time. I can't wait to do it again. Such an amazing group of people. And if you're on the fence about going to TFCon, don't be. It's an awesome time. People are very welcoming. You can come up to us, say hi, give us a high five, hug, handshake, whichever you like. It's just a really welcoming, accepting group of people. We just love to have fun. We love to talk toys. But at the end of the day, we're all normal people, and we're just very passionate about this and getting everybody together and talking toys, man. It's just like nothing else. Not to mention, going to the dealer room, seeing all the odds and ends, the oddities that people have for sale. I can't wait to get my vlog up so you can just see all the slice of what I captured. I know I didn't get everything. So, hey, Haley, it's good to see you, and thank you. With that, I'm going to wrap it up here. So if you are watching on the post show, I know a lot of people are caught up in the chaos going on with the 2024 election. If you're watching me on the post show, let me know if you're at TFCon or not. If you did go, if you picked up anything cool, if you're planning on ordering any of the exclusives from Toy Dojo or Chosen Prime. I know this Obsidian Commander, man, I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it sold out. This was like the hot ticket item for everybody. Even Patriot Prime got one, and he doesn't really do Masterpiece, but he saw it. He's like, I needed to have it. So quantities for that are probably going to be super limited whenever TCP gets back and puts them up for sale. I do highly recommend it if you are on the fence. But yeah, if you picked up anything cool, if you're going to order any of the exclusives after the con, let me know. I'd love to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. If you were there, maybe if you were there and you didn't come up and say hi, maybe next time don't be a stranger, but let me know. I want to know what you thought was the coolest thing from the third-party panel as well. With that, I'm going to wrap it up for tonight, and I'm going to give you a big old zero out. I will see you all later this week because, again, ring that notification bell because Lance and I should be going live on Thursday, and I plan on having the vlog up probably Friday, I'm thinking. With that, I'll catch you all on the next one. Be safe, be good, and zero out.